We finally have a new ban list, so let's see how badly Konami fucked up. First of all, the Monkey Board and Kaiser Colosseum are both banned. So Monkey Board, everybody is fine with that, unless you really like pendulums. But for Kaiser Colosseum, a lot of people are still scratching their heads, not knowing why, because it wasn't used almost anywhere. The only decks that were using it were Bujins, maybe Noble Knights, and some variants of Cosmo. But other than that, you didn't see the card in meta play or just in mainstream uh, regionals or anywhere like that for a long time. So the ban cards aren't really that special. Lots of people want to see better things, but Konami's just trying to do something without postponing it for too long, and they can't really like make a great ban list. Like I really can't remember the last time since they made one that was really great. So the limited cards, I'm gonna go by archetypes. So the first two cards are Sir and Beatrice, both to one. Beatrice turbo decks are done for. So the level 6 spam decks that spam out Beatrice don't work anymore, since you need more than just one. And the Beatrice dot deck, which was playing, just free Beatrice and a lot of the Burning Abyss cards, isn't like that, not apparent anymore, but just isn't there anymore. So the Sir is gonna like not gonna reoccur the Dante so frequent anymore. So, but it's still possible to get him back. So just makes it a little bit slower. They didn't hit Dante because, of course, Dante is a good mill monster for other decks than just Burning Abyss. But PKFR isn't going to be down that badly. So the other cards, let's go to Pendulums. Uh, Unicorn, Magispector Unicorn Kirin, and Pendulum Call were both limited. Pendulum Call, of course, was a one card scale. You searched out and your scales could be destroyed for the next turn, which was a real pain. So now you can just relax. You don't have that anymore. That annoyance of people just spam out and just get it whenever they want. And for Kirin, it's self-explanatory. Nobody liked Kirin. You just bounce back, untargetable, uh, get multiple of them. Like it's just really, really bad. So that's for the pendulums. The Cosmos got hit with Dark Destroy going to one and Emergency Teleport. Of course, Emergency Teleport was most used in like the Cosmos with Farmger and the OTKs and so on. So Dark Destroyer, again, non-targetable, massive beat stick that just, when it's summoned, pops something. It's just a bit over the top to have three of them. So people are gonna just run, I guess, more. I think DDR, or maybe just be more careful with Cosmotown. But other decks are also hurt with Italy. Italy was at, I think, 1, then at 3, then at 2, then now at 1 again. So just see how and what will happen out of this. So for the Cosmos at least, but I don't think people will start to play the Fire King Island variant again. But Monarchs are more or less done for. Because just it's really hard for them if you have so the cards that went to one are Pantheism, their draw power card. Then of course the Stormforth, which was used by other cards, and then again Ether, the Heavenly Monarch that special summons himself and all of that stuff. So it's not gonna be more just disruption plays and all of that. People are gonna have to either play different variants or just the main monarchs and stuff like that. So I don't see like monarchs being that relevant anymore. But so the cards that are to 2 maxx, which is limiting a great hand trap, which nobody really thought why would they do that. But the other 2 cards are Thunder King Ryo, and of course the Wind Up Magician. Thunder King Ryo is an anti-meta card. Everybody like that plays anti-meta likes it. It's still, you know, just a nuisance to your opponent. Doesn't let your opponent, you know, just do a lot of stuff. So the Wind Up Magician is interesting because nobody ever saw, like, since they banned Zenmaidi, Wind Ups popping out anywhere. So you're gonna see what happens with that. So the cards that went to unlimited, which you can play free of, are Thousand Eyes Restrict. Of course, great target for instant fusion. Just special summon out, take something, but a lot of stuff doesn't target, doesn't let the be target anymore, and so on. But Allure of Darkness. This card is a pretty big thing for a lot of dark decks, like Burning Abyss, PK Fire, whoever out there that just you know, can make use of this card. And other than that, not much to say about Allure. It's a great draw card. You just have to know what to banish, or just have something to banish in your hand. But then we've got the last thing is Gold Sark. Gold Sarcophagus was just, I think, at 1 because of Dragon Rulers. So it's back, but nobody's gonna make use of it. So that's not really that great. But the main thing to take away from this ban list is that Konami is just trying to please us with shit, basically, because they're trying to ban a card that's more or less never been used, i.e. the Kaiser Colosseum. And then they did something against the overpowered decks like Monarchs and Cosmo, and like not really touching Burning Abyss. But yeah, Burning Abyss is gonna be, I guess, for a long time here, but I don't know what they're gonna do. They also released some sort of a statement of like what they're gonna ban next, or just not ban next, why they banned stuff, you know, just a explanation post on why they did ban certain stuff, and unlimit and limit and so on and so forth. But it's not really, just, it's basically just a load of bullshit. They're just trying to please us with basically nothing. So oh, and the Worlds was going on, and they just had a mirror match between Blue Eyes. Wasn't that interesting? But the deck that I was using in this duel is a combination of Fusion, Synchros, and of course Tolkien. I call it like Fluffles token or Synchros token, whatever. So this is the deck. 1 Galaxy Serpent, 2 Gemini Garnet, triple Fluffle Dog, 1 Obsidian, triple Bear, double Egypt Sabers. They reoccur themselves. You don't need more than 2. 1 Fluffle Owl, just to have different Fluffles in here, and you know, you can summon him and get your polymerization. Red Resonator. This guy is the bread of this deck. He's the main thing with like Fluffle Dog and like Garnet or something like that to go into the combos. Of course, TG Striker, basically the same stuff with the Resonator, but you have to special summon him first. And then we got Lazuli, also a great card for fusion summoning. And then triple Fluffle Wings, the draw power. That's for the monsters. Double Gemini Fusion. Again, it reoccurs itself. I don't need like more than 2. Resonator Call, just to search out the Red Resonator. It was Clog at 3. Triple Polymerization, great card to fusion summon whatever. Brilliant Fusion are really like a card that you just need in this deck. It's like one card fusion, uh, basically almost the same with the masked heroes, but you need materials from the deck, which is really great for dumping them in the graveyard. Uh, Toy Vendor, of course, your draw power, we can do a lot of shenanigans, and of course, Card Advance, I use it with um, the Toy Vendor. You can just, look at your cards and then put them in any order as you want and just use um, Toy Vendor. So the extra deck, one Ruby, this was a late edition, but yeah, one Wolf, I had two, but I never, almost never came up. So one is just fine. Double Flight for Tiger. This guy is really great. Double Gem Knight, Seraph Knight. Coral Dragon, of course, you pop and you draw when he leaves the field. Really great. Charge Warrior, again, a non-tuner. If you have too many tuners to then make Stolken. Double Stolken, then Crystal Wing, Beals, and Michael for Stolken. And then the level 5s are Armides and Axel Synchron. So the basic gist of this deck is either you fusion summon or synchro or something in between to get the same level of monsters, and then you use up those effects like the Fray for Tiger pops, or just like Seraph Knight gives you another normal summon. Coral Dragon can pop something, and the Starter Charge Warrior draws your card. The level 5s aren't that great. Sadly, I don't run any targets for Axel Synchron. So then you just you always have to have at least one tuner, and then you can just go into Stolken, set something either from Fluffle Bear, or just you have something already, or maybe Gemini Fusion is in the graveyard, banish something, set it, get something out, and go on from there. Just destruction upon summoning, upon destruction, and so on. So I really like the deck, but other than that, no other decks have been anything new for me or just interesting that I've came up with. I had another Fluffle Synchro, but it wasn't this great like this one. This deck works really great. It can clog sometimes, but it's just when it goes off, and your opponent can feel the wrath of the deck. So it's interesting that I have like two different archetypes for fusion monsters, and then like no XYZs. Even though I would like to somehow make a XYZ fusion synchro extra deck, but yeah, I'll still have to work on that somehow. Find a good balance of cards that work together well enough with each other, like these guys do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this banlist discussion, and see you next time.